Hey doll fans, how are you guys? I am coming in with something really cool. I'll give you some updates really soon. I have had a terrible year, but there's been a small glimmer of joy because I just won my very first giveaway, and I got second place. I didn't get first place, but that's so cool anyway. You know, I'm sure I'm gonna get something really cool. And so anyway, I'll tell you about my terrible year. Well, just a little. I'm not going to go into extreme detail. I'm going to open this box, okay? So this giveaway is from Peculiar Doll Girl, and she's a really, really cool, awesome person that I like to watch on the YouTube. She's just like a really down-to-earth kind of feeling person that I feel like I can talk to, really. Like, I'm not afraid to approach her. I think she's really cool. And yeah, so I thank you. Thank you, Peculiar Doll Girl, for this opportunity to win a prize. And I never win anything. Like, I'm serious. Like, I especially never win anything that's random, like a random drawing. So this is so cool. I can't wait. I've been waiting to open this for probably a week. It's been in my house for a week. And it's Thanksgiving week right now. Tomorrow's Thanksgiving. And I've had to clean my house last weekend so that we could have some in-laws over. So I haven't had time for anything. And it's really sucked. And here we go. I'm opening the box. So I wonder if I should tilt the camera down a little, maybe. I don't know. Let's see what's in there. It's gonna be so cool. I'm sure it's something really, really good. Oh my goodness. Oh my gosh. Are you seeing this? I can't believe it. Oh my gosh. That is the coolest thing. The first thing I saw was these legs, and I just saw the texture, and it's like awesome. And it's a fairy. Let me tell you something. I love fairies. Like, I always have. I know I haven't made any fairy dolls or anything, but fairies are my favorite. Oh my goodness. What great workmanship. I couldn't do this. I'm not really, sculpting isn't really my thing. So I can really appreciate this. That is so cool. Man, you are an artist, madam. Ah, that is so cool. I wish it could fit up in my, in the top of my doll cabinet. Let's tilt the camera up now, you know, like up here. That would be really cool if I could get him up there. Oh, that's so awesome. You did a great job. I'm really impressed. It's like steampunk. Look at those wings. That's so cool. Some of them seem to be kind of dangly. I don't know if that's supposed to be like that, though. They seem to be... I don't know if they're supposed to be movable. So I'm worried I'll break it. So I'm going to be very, very careful. It seems kind of delicate. But look at that, man. You are a great... You are an artist, madam. Great face. Great sculpt. Yeah, definitely. I like your pencil work. Very cool. I like the ears. I like this eye patch thingy. I like the wings. I like the body. I am so pleased. I am proud. I need to put this somewhere where I can see it often. I'm going to try to get it up in there. I'll show you if I can come up with something. I might have to rig up a stand so that so he can stand up and not get damaged. But oh my gosh. Thank you. I really love it. I really, really love it. I really appreciate this. Does he have a name, or should I name him? You know what I mean? Because that's the next thing. He needs a name. And if you named him, I'll take it. But otherwise, I'll have to think of something. Oh my gosh, that made my month. Yeah. That really makes me feel good. You made me feel good. Thank you. Thank you so much, because I'm having a terrible, terrible year. As I've said before. Peculiar Doll Girl, people. She made this. And I love it. I just love it. It's a key. That's so cool. I just love this style. I love the kind of, like, I'm not really a steampunk person, but I like this kind of gringy, grimy style about it, and that's what I like. So, there it is. Thank you. Yeah, otherwise I think he survived the trip very well. You know. Gosh, that's really pretty. Like, when you look at it from afar, too, it's like you could take in the whole thing. It's really pretty. And I like the colors and stuff, so kind of Silent Hill-like, you know. I like it. Okay, so as a, you know, I'll give you like just a small update. You know, you haven't seen very many like videos by me, and there's reasons for that. I've been diving into this like book writing publishing thing, and like, well, it's been like a bad year in general. Like, all the conventions we go to, me and my husband go to conventions, and we sell like fun jewelry and stuff, and that's really a good way to kind of supplement our income a little bit. And every one of them this year has been a bust. And we've been to like probably 5. I don't even know. We've been to a bunch of them. Most of them were a huge fail, and it was really bad. One of them was, the biggest one, was an outdoor festival, and what happened was it rained this year, so that's why we only made about half as much as we otherwise would have made. But other than that, it's been like a really, really bad emotional year for me. I've been like trying to do this book publishing thing. I'm trying to publish my first novel, and and God, it's so hard. Like, for one, I threw myself completely into it. That's why I haven't gotten any doll stuff done. I haven't bought any dolls. I haven't made any clothes. I threw myself into this like self-publishing writing thing, and I was working with this editor, and I was rewriting, and the bottom line is I had a bad editor, and I won't tell you that story. It's so long and boring. But it basically took me 6 months to figure out that I had to rewrite my book. I mean, think about that. I have to rewrite my book. I'm doing that right now. Tomorrow, like, is Thanksgiving. And as of last Thanksgiving, I had put my foot down and I said, you know what, I'm gonna publish this book on Thanksgiving next year. I gave myself a whole year's deadline. And it was really happening. For a minute there, it seemed like it was going to happen. And then, but I had like this bad editing experience, and he wasn't much of a help, really. He was kind of a drag on things. But what happened was I got some beta readers. We got to this point where I was going to get beta readers. So I got beta readers, and it was thanks to this glorious beta reader who basically gave me like a really tough critique. It was tough, but it was the most helpful thing I had gotten all year. It was so helpful, because that was when I said, you know what? This book is not reading the way it's supposed to be reading, and I need people to be able to read it the way I mean for it to be. And it wasn't putting the right points across. It was trying to be in some other genre, and I wanted it to be in like this genre. I didn't want to accidentally step into some other genre that I didn't mean to be writing. So in order to fix all that, I decided to completely rewrite it from scratch. And not that I'm not cut and pasting a little bit. I am cutting and pasting some scenes that I had done over the editing course this year. Some scenes I had done in anticipation for like the next book, but I'm now deciding to place them in this book. The book is going to be like way different than it was before. It's going to be like the same story but told in a completely different way, you know. So except for book 1, you know, it's just going to be book 1. I still think book 2 is going to be the same way I had it in book 3 and so on, and the series is still going to go the way I had been projecting it all this time. So that's not going to change. The bulk of the idea is not going to change. Just book 1 was the issue. It was an issue, and it really was putting across the wrong idea. because when I think about other books that I'm gonna write, they're kind of like, they're not in the same thing, like, so I didn't want to confuse people to make, you know, I didn't want people to think that I was this when what I really am is that, because then they would have started reading all this other stuff, they would have been confused. And I may not be making any sense, but it's about branding and genre mostly. That's the issue. So I'm having to make sure that I'm hitting the right brand, or I'm developing the brand the way I really want it to be, which is kind of gritty and grungy, kind of like my new fairy buddy down there. So that's what I want. I don't want it to read like a, I don't even know, like a whimsical YA romance. Like that's what it was coming across as, and I don't want that, you know. So I've just been redesigning it, and actually I love the new version. And guess what? I'm like halfway through it. So it's not even like a big deal to rewrite it. I've come so far in my craft, in my ability to just write, that I can come out with a book in a decent amount of time. You know, this first version I had been developing over the course of like 20 years, maybe less than that, because like when I was 13, I came up with like this idea, and I was just generating the ideas. It was just brainstorming for years and years and years. And then I started writing it physically when I was 17. And then from there until this year, and I'm now 33, I had this book created. But now I'm making a new book. But because I've gained experience and some know-how, I can write a book. I can write a better book in a shorter amount of time. So that's what I'm doing. And in the course of only 2.5 months, I've come up with half of the book. So I'm doing very good. And I'm challenging myself to finish it before the end of the year, and to publish it like either next November or next January 2020. Yeah, so that's what I'm doing, and I feel really good about the whole rewriting process. Like I said, I love the new book. I'm excited about it. I do think it's better, and I'm hoping, and I do think that it's going to be in the brand that I want it to be. But what's causing me all this emotion and a bad year was that whole experience with that editor. And I'm not gonna just go around just, you know, trashing, you know, somebody and being, you know, disgruntled all the time, because I am trying to move forward and heal. But I spent, let me just put it this way, just to give you my sad sap side, is that I lost 6 months of my time when I could have come to this decision of the conclusion to rewrite a lot earlier. Maybe it could have taken 1 month, you know, to come up with the conclusion, but it took 6. I lost 6 months of my time toward publishing this book, and $1,400. So that's why I don't have any new dolls. And that's not even like all the money. It was because I basically just like fired the editor, and I was actually gonna pay him like the rest of the money I owed him and just let him have it. But he didn't want to take it. He was nice. So yeah. So I've broken that deal off, and you know, and just here I am having to write a new book, and I'm broke. I'm out of money, and I just lost a bunch of time. I did learn a lot though, so it's not a total loss. You know, yeah, I had to come to this conclusion one way or another, you know, but so I'm here, and I think the new book is gonna be great. I'm so excited. But that's what's going on. I'm not, let me fix this. I can't even see my dolls' heads. There we go. Like, I'm not out of the hobby or anything. I'm still in the hobby. You know, I got my doll cabinet. I love my dolls. I just love them, and I smile when I see them. They just make me happy. So you know, so even if I'm not appearing on YouTube, then just know that I'm somewhere out in the world loving dolls. And these batteries, you see these lights? The lights are battery powered. I keep those things charged. Like, I charge them once a week on time, and I make sure my lights work. Like, this is one of one of the simple joys of my life is this doll cabinet, which with the lights. I really enjoy the ambient glow of the lights in my living room. So I keep those batteries charged. And yeah, so I can look at my dolls in the dark, even in the dark. And yep. So I do, and I have a growing doll wish list. I just can't get them because I'm out of money. I spent all my money on editing this year, and I'll probably do it again next year. But I don't know. I'm gonna try to get something. There's a few dolls that I would get like, you know, just like randomly, like jump on it. You know, like I have to get this. Like, I have two that I want, and that's like Soul Doll Shiva. I do want one of those. It's gonna be that's gonna be one of the most expensive ones. So I want one. So if it comes available, I'll probably like use my credit card or something to get it, or I'll just try to get it. I'll make it happen somehow. And another one that I would really like to have, that I would jump on at the opportunity, is a, what is it? A Granado doll Lucifer. Like it's a Vin doll. I don't even know how to like explain it, but it's, you know, it's like it's a Granado Vin doll Lucifer. Am I saying that right? Yeah. And actually with that, it doesn't have to be 70 centimeters. And I don't even think they make them in 70 centimeters, but you know how they had like the various sizes? I would even take like the smallest size, as long as I can afford it. I'm kind of getting to where I don't care what size a doll is, as long as I can just make the presentation. It doesn't matter what size it is. I mean, he doesn't have to be hanging out with these guys like they're all on the same plane, because he's in a different time and place, basically. So yeah. So just for the joy of dolls, I would get the small one. Although I would prefer one that's a little bigger. And maybe put him like I want to rig up this thing with my TV. I want to get like a wider TV stand, so that I have my TV with maybe space on the shelves next to the TV for like a glass case with a doll inside, so that I can have more doll displays going on. And I think I would enjoy that a lot. Otherwise, I have to get a ring doll, number 4 male body, like his, but it's a little shorter and it's a little skinnier. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put his alternate self on that body. And I have been making, I made a great wig for that. You saw that. I did post a video of that wig, but I made a wig. It's brown and shoulder length, and I loved it. And I thought, oh man, I have to put this doll together now. And I think he'll be useful for my paintings. So I want to get that one together like pretty soon. If not, I can still just use the head for the paintings. But I figured, oh, how nice it would be to just put that doll together and make the clothes and stuff. So that's it. That's my problems and my plans and my everything. One more thing that I kind of like plan to do. And I do have a lot of time because it's winter and my work has slacked off. That's what happens in the winter at the place I work. I have more time and less money. So what I want to do is, you see Collie up here? There she is. I want to make some new clothes for her. Something kind of tribal and, you know, shows off her cute belly and, you know, skirt, like, you know, and a top of some kind, and maybe some furry boots and arm bands. I want to make something like that. And I'm thinking about experimenting more with latex and making latex clothes. And I want to film the progress of making the clothes and showing it to you, because I think latex has some potential to make some pretty cool like clothes. And I feel like it might also be a way to kind of get around sewing. You know, if you're a person that doesn't know how to sew and you don't care to learn, maybe we can make latex clothes. so you know, That might be cool. I just have to find the time to do it because, like I said, I am challenging myself to finish the book by the end of the year. So I'm really trying to work hard to get that going. And yeah, and I'm also painting. I'm not painting right now, but I'm itching to start a new painting because I'm kind of addicted to oil painting right now. And oh, speaking of that, I have a new YouTube channel. And I was trying out some things with the new YouTube channel, and I was talking to the audience like I do with you guys. But then I changed my mind, and I decided I'm not gonna. It's my author channel, by the way. I decided I'm not gonna talk to the audience like I do now. I'm not gonna be so open. I want to be like more mysterious on that channel. So, but I invite you to come to my new YouTube channel. It's called JC Heart Carver, and I'll give you the link in the description. So I cordially invite you. I'm going to be. I don't know what it's going to be really about. It's going to encompass my writing and my art. More about the art than the writing. Like I said, I don't really want to do vlogs and talk to the audience like I am now. There is like an author tube thing, and I don't really want to be a part of that. Like I guess I will, but I'm not going to talk about my writing experience. I'm just going to kind of plug myself basically, and I'll read some excerpts from my stories. And what I'm actually ultimately thinking about doing on that channel is sharing animation, because I'm also like dabbling in animation, and I don't know if I'll ever find the time to actually like master that or make one. But it's such a nice idea that I think that maybe I could make some crude, artsy kind of animation on there that's kind of dark and artsy, and yeah, and then I can I can blend that with reading my stories. Like I figured, you know how you can sample books before you buy them. Like I was thinking I could put some book samples up here on YouTube, using a beautiful visual reference in some form of animation or at least slideshow concoction, and you can listen to the story and sample it. I want my JC Heart Carver channel to be kind of dark and broody and artsy and just I'll also share my painting progress videos, so you can actually watch me do paintings on there. I just won't be very open like I am here. I'm only open with the doll community. That's the only thing that works for me. So, okay, that's it. So I've said it. I've vented, and I hope you're okay with that. You know, if you're still watching, congrats. So, thank you for watching. And I'll get back to you about, whatever I do, more in the doll community. In this case, I won something really awesome, and I'm so happy. That's gonna look great in the doll cabinet. It's gonna look great. So, yes, that's excellent. So, yes, thank you for watching, and talk to you guys later. I gotta go back to the grindstone and write some words. So, all right, thank you. Who stole my sandwich?